Here, what? Yes. Hello, we're back.
We're back. Hi, everybody. All right. And we rejoin our party with, I believe it was Cam putting up a little Liamon's tiny hut, or Camriel's tiny hut in this case, with
just too much glitter on it.
It's made of glitter.
You come out of it and it's just like you're gonna have glitter on yourself for days.
I suspect that
it's like when you have
Liamon's hut. Cam just stole it and put glitter on it and cleaned it.
He'll never know.
She did some arts and crafts.
A completely new product, like song sampling.
Derivative works.
Wait, is that something you guys made like canon?
No.
Someone sampled
it. Did we?
Alright, we need a bard. Stat.
All right. So the dome is up. You've got your temporarily summoned air elemental ally guarding the stairs, keeping an eye out as best it can for this invisible creature. Anything you all would like to do during this short rest?
Heal.
Seems like a good call.
Oh, I can't. Your mic's being all weird, Shanks. Sorry.
The gremlins are in full force today, folks.
I really don't know.
Oh, that was perfect.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep. You're fine.
Okay. I did nothing. I would like to recover all my hit points without expending a hit dice, please.
Maybe Cam can cast some healing spells on you or something.
But we were only short resting. Is that what I'm gathering?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's what you had decided for now, at least.
Neat.
Before you went off and trying to find this invisible creature.
Okay. Well, that gives me 9 hit points back, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Did we get our new hit points from the new level or no?
Yes. We'll say yes.
Okay. And I'm in an okay position now.
Well, I do feel like I can maybe hold my ground in a fight again, but I won't be able to help much on the seeing an invisible person front until I get a longer rest. So
yes, well, that's the tricky part. I can actually see anything within 10 feet of me, but
if they're within 10 feet of you, it might be too late.
Well, it was last time. That's
the tricky part, I suppose.
So if we could, I don't know, distract it or get the drop on it.
I'm very good at distracting. I think, anyway. I don't know what this creature is.
I think we have a plan then.
All right. And during your short rest, Riven takes a minute to rest up herself as well, recover some spell slots. If we want this tower to move, to do more than just hover where it is, somebody is going to need to attune to this control panel.
Wade, why don't you take that?
Cam looks at Wade.
Oh, okay.
I just figured you might be the best at figuring something like that out. I did pull a random lever and we got, well, where we are right now.
And we got invaluable experience fighting foes that we have not encountered before.
That is true. I do feel like I learned a lot from that fight.
Oh, so I should do that more often then. Maybe we'll learn something quicker. every time I decide to give in to one of those kinds of impulses.
Well, so far they've all led to difficult battles, so
And that is what you were looking for, isn't it, Lyris?
it's exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, now I don't feel so bad.
Match made in heaven.
Oh, I would never do that to you, Wade.
Do what to me?
Well, I just thought it goes like
Oh.
this.
Oh, were you two a thing?
Oh, no, I thought...
I think she was implying that, you know,
Just,
That we're slowly becoming friends?
sure. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was happening.
yes, friends, he says with
You know, sometimes friends
quotation
come
marks.
with a lot of different benefits, from what I've heard.
Is that so? I've spent so much time alone, I don't really know that I have any friends anymore. What kind of benefits can you get from your friendships?
Oh, well, I can show you this book later that might clear some of those things up.
I suppose next time we're camping or after we return the tower to Alvitende.
Oh, good. Wade never seems interested in this. That's. She looks very excited about
In the
this
book of
process.
yours.
We should probably take care of our invisible visitor, though. If we're going to be leaving now, we wouldn't want to bring danger to Alvitende.
Yeah.
Does anybody
I
have?
agree.
Can anybody see invisible creatures?
I don't know if you remember what I said about 45 seconds ago, but I can if I'm within 10 feet.
And I
Aren't
normally can, but I used up most of my magic in the battle earlier.
Weren't they further than 10 feet from you when the thing happened?
Yes.
It was just
while
a lucky D20 roll put it just barely on the edge of the range of that.
What do you know if they were more than 10 feet? I guess they would have had to have been. I guess I can see some useful. I like that's more than I can see, so that's something. Is it?
I'm afraid
Are
I'll
you
be
the
of
only-
no use in that regard.
Do we have like a bucket or something?
A bucket?
Yes.
Exactly. what
There's
you were
mud. We
thinking.
can. If there's mud, then we can just like cover
Wait
the
a second.
invisible creature.
Didn't I buy flour?
David, do I have my extra spell slot from
No.
leveling up? Oh.
No.
Then Cam is like, actually, now that you mention it, the whole learning, I might be able to do that at just once.
How long does that last? Do you know?
About an hour. It should be enough time. It didn't take us an hour to get up here.
So what's the? Are we gonna split into like groups? All go attune to this tower, and then
Whatever hit me was very powerful. I think we should maybe move as a unit until we know the tower's cleared.
That's fair.
Cam is going to cast See Invisibility with her 3rd level spell slot.
Great. And you're attuning. Is she doing that right now or waiting till the end of the short rest?
Waiting till the end.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I figured, but I wanted to be sure. So Fal, if you check your DMs in Discord, I'm sending you the description for what you get, what you come to understand about the tower when you attune to it. Feel free to share as much or as little of that as you want.
Oh, right. I guess he attunes as part of the short rest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gale's eye tower. I wonder what happened to the other eye tower. There must be 2 towers.
There might be.
One for her, one for us.
Right. So you take your short rest, tend your wounds, reflect on some of your experiences gained during the battle. And towards the end of it, Wade comes to understand the workings of the tower, and Cam is getting ready to cast See Invisibility. And just towards the end of this, the air elemental that had been summoned during the fight does dissipate and return back to the elemental plane from whence it came.
Oh, she's out of air.
And you shook your head at Val. Right. What would we like to do?
So, Wade, have you figured it all out then?
Oh yeah, I can make it go up seas and down seas and all around seas.
All right. That's all very good, I suppose.
Do you want to see? And then he makes it go up.
Ooh. I felt my stomach move on that one.
The tower gains about 100 feet of elevation over the course of 6 seconds.
Wow.
It's
that is fast.
Yeah.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Make sure you don't stop suddenly when you're doing that, okay?
There are no seatbelts. It's worth noting.
Well, shall we?
Yes, I think so. Last we saw it went downstairs, right?
Yes, there were footprints, I believe.
Yeah, just to recall what you saw, and some of this is still visible, although the mud is starting to dry a little bit now. The creature had been, what you gathered, was attempting to sneak in your general direction, and then appears to have slipped in the mud and fallen down and realized that it had been seen and scurried away. Or that its presence had been detected, at least.
All right, well then I would like to sneak on down the stairs. I will roll a thing for you.
I
Not
will
bad.
try as well, but I don't see that going well.
21.
Pretty good.
Yeah, sure. We're all trying to sneak down the stairs. What number is that? 16. It's a number.
Ryven got
That
a
is a number.
24.
Nice.
What does Cam get if she's trying to sneak?
A 10.
Hey, that's pretty good for her.
I rolled with disadvantage and got 2 10s.
Hey. All right. See invisibility up.
Yep.
All right. Everybody heads downstairs as best as you can. Cam, you feel like you're not as quiet as the rest of them, but by your own standards, you're pretty stealthy.
I'm
And-
sneaking.
Humming the Pink Panther music a little bit. It has helped a little bit now that the tower is in motion, well, at least up in the air, and there is a storm building around it. There is a lot more background noise than some other circumstances in which you tried to be stealthy. All right. Let's get a marching order here.
I will take the lead.
I best
Oh.
I don't do that.
Yeah. I'll go behind. I am the only one who can see the person though, so I don't know.
Cool.
Keep your head on a swivel.
All right. And you make your way down the stairs, the very large treads having to really stop and climb down them, more or less. Cam, can you make me a perception check, please?
Maybe. That's an 11.
Okay. You climb down the stairs into into the third level of the tower with the hearth, the large double hearth on the western wall, and some seating arranged around the north. And there's not a lot of places to hide in here. You scan around, and there is nobody that you see that you weren't expecting to.
Is there any more footprints?
Everybody can take a look for that.
Yay.
Just do passive.
Yeah, you can do passive. Or you can
That's 16.
passive is the floor if you would like to roll
Oh, the
for
floor. Okay, I'll roll. I'll take passive.
it.
My passive is 14.
It's 16.
Yeah, it's not too difficult to tell. The footprints, as you're going down the stairs, you can see they went over the banister and down the inside of the wall and continued for a little ways across the ceiling before fading out.
What the?
Before fading out, like before
Yeah.
the footprints fade? Or?
Yeah, like the mud, like all the mud that
Okay.
was on the feet.
I don't like that very much.
No.
Sort of
Me neither.
spider person.
Well, there is magic that can help you just walk along different surfaces.
And we do know it's proficient with spells.
But the fact that somebody would waste a spell like that on just walking along a different wall when they have enemies around them, that might speak to how much magic they have available to them, which I don't like.
It's troubling, to say the least. We should try to clear the rest of the tower just in case, but...
Yes. Let's press on then. I don't see
All right.
anything in this room.
Down to the next floor, I suppose.
Sweep the area.
All right, and you head towards the hole in the floor in the center of the room with the large ladder coming up through it.
Mm-hmm.
Your rope work still in place, enabling the transit much easier than the first time. All right. We'll keep those same stealth checks from before, and as you descend into this level, this is the level that looked like the predominant residence and storage area. This floor is cordoned off into like 4 different segments with lots of furniture and old boxes and crates and things stacked around. Cam, if I could get another perception check for you, please.
The fuck? That's a 10, but my passive is 14.
Okay. You're scanning around in this room, and there's a lot of clutter in here, and like it's all very drab. You know, dusty boxes, dusty furniture, nothing shiny, not really anything pretty or sparkly. And as you're scanning across, your head moves past something that causes you to take a second glance at it, and you see a single great large green eye that takes up the entire front of whatever creature this is face. It's like if it was like a human head, it'd be like one eye like this big right in the middle, and it's looking right at you, but it is unmoving. You can tell that it is invisible, and reasonable inference doesn't think that you can see it.
It doesn't think that we can see it.
And it's got like terrible like claws, like 3 digits on each finger and foot, and all these like spikes coming out of its back, but otherwise its size and structure is not that more robust than a typical human, despite its monstrous appearance.
She's gonna like reach over and grab Lyris on the shoulder. Like she kind of sidesteps Wade and goes like this and like just stops him. I think I found it. And she's like staring straight at it.
Is she trying to be surreptitious about that at all?
I don't think she's the type.
Fair.
She's just gonna be like, it has a big eye on it. Just kind of freaked out looking.
So Lyris has done a fair bit of monster hunting. I think it's unlikely, but is there any chance he might know what it is by that description?
Just make me a straight intelligence roll.
Alrighty. 21.
This sounds by this description, it sounds like what are you gonna get with the 21? You gotta get something. You know that you have never encountered anything like this before. It is very clearly not a beast or anything like that. By your best estimation, its creature type would probably be an aberration. Mechanically. Let's see. Yeah, I think even with a 21, that'll be just about what you
that's totally fair.
get. And let's see if Ryvan knows anything about that.
Anybody?
Now, you have loudly announced that you know that it is there, so I'm going to need everybody very quickly to tell me what they are doing in reaction to that. because it is not. It is starting to move, Cam.
I'm running towards it.
All right.
I would like. Can I cast something in reaction to that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's go ahead and just quickly get into an initiative here.
Okay.
4.
Ugh.
Fuck's sake.
Wish I could switch the rolls I just had.
Cool.
12.
All right. So Shanks coming out on top with a 12.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Cam, what did you get again? 4? 2. Wade got the 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just waiting for Kaz to say something. I'm like, oh right, and that's not here yet.
Soon, hopefully.
A baboon appears.
Baboon leaps from the sky. He just gives you all a thumbs up.
Kaz starts
Nice.
talking to Dave. It's like, no, this is a different baboon.
So, that happens. Lyris, you are first to react.
Wow. Okay.
I know, right?
Did not expect that when I saw the 7 on my die.
Well, I kind of expected it when I saw the 1 on its die. So,
Yeah, Lyris is gonna run towards it until he can actually see it.
yeah. You run up to it. It's because of the size of this floor and where you are. What's your movement?
I think it's just 30. Yeah.
Okay. 10, 20, 30. Yeah, you can get into your blind sight range with just a regular movement, although it's once again just on the edge of your vision, and you get a good sense of the way that this creature looks, and it is familiar in the like half remembered haze from when you were rendered suddenly unconscious in the woods and had your brain
I think there was a
scrambled.
misunderstanding. I didn't see it when it rendered me unconscious.
You got like a sense of motion, and
It was in its darkness sphere, and I was
Yeah.
only just approaching the sphere.
I thought you got within 10 feet of it.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah,
I don't know what I'm
figured
talking
I'd
about.
be able to see it when I got in there, but no, I never got within range.
Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about then. A completely new and horrific creature stands before you.
Fun.
I will put a visual up in our Discord just so that everybody knows what we're dealing with.
Neat. Yeah, that's what I thought.
My homie. I actually really like that. That's so fun.
So you run up to it. That's your movement.
Am I able to get into melee with it with my movement, or just at the edge of my vision?
So you want to let me see on this map here. I would say, yeah, you're able to just get in melee with it.
Okay. Then I think... Oh, God, is this a bad idea? This is a bad idea. I think I'm going to grapple it.
Ooh, fun.
This is a bad idea.
Well, let's find out.
I'm not even positive it is the thing that attacked me. So
Its feet look like it would leave the same kind of footprints.
fair enough.
And you did
I
see
want
very
to look.
similar footprints upstairs in the mud.
Right. I want answers, though. I don't want to just kill it. I want to get answers and then maybe kill it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, give it a try.
it's an attack roll to attempt to grapple.
Yes.
Okay.
to initiate the grapple, then it will be
Right.
if the attack hits, then it'll be strength opposed by dexterity or strength.
Right. Okay. So that's a 26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm good at that part. The next part is what has me concerned. I almost took athletics, but I didn't. That's a 9. No, it's a 10. It's a 10.
Whew. Yeah, so everybody sees like Lyris run up, and yeah, how are you trying to grapple this thing?
Yeah, so he runs up to it, and then as soon as it kind of comes into his field of blind sight, he's like, "What the hell are you?" And then like kind of like sidesteps and like goes at it to try to grab it from behind and basically put it in like a full Nelson kind of thing.
Yeah, and just as you like get your arm around its neck, it is just able to at the last minute just shift to the side enough to get out of the clamp that you're trying to put it in.
As he's like grabbing at it, though, he's like, "Why are you following me?"
Make an intimidation check if you want.
Okay, that's a 6.
Good job.
Yeah, it looks as far as you can tell, in as best as you can read the body language of this creature, it does look panicked, but probably not from anything you said to it. You've got multi-attack, right? You want to try again?
Oh, I guess I can do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that time it's only a 17 to hit.
That'll still hit.
Okay. And that's a 10.
All right. Well, let's see what it gets on its acrobatics check. Yeah, it's going to be more than
in a row.
It's going to be more than a 10, regrettably. So you just keep trying to. This thing is pretty nimble.
Well, that's all I can do for now.
All right.
Unless I get to offhand grapple as well.
I'm going to say probably not the offhand attack.
As it pulls away, I just reach out with my left hand. No.
Grab it. Wait, it's not wearing a shirt. I can't grab it by the collar.
All right. Well, that's my turn. At least it's in my space now.
All right. Well, that puts Riven up next, who is going to feature. Yeah, it's right next to you. She shouts out to you, Lyris.
Yep, I almost had it.
And she waves her hands in the air, rubs a drop of molasses across her palm, and casts Slow around you. And that is a wisdom saving throw from it. It is not enough. And yeah, as Riven traces the last sigil in the air, you can see its movement slow down.
That did it.
So that's about all I can do when I can't see it. So that is going to be her, and then Wade.
What's in the area around that space? And is it flammable?
Some of it is. There is all manner of furniture and some, like, in this area in particular, it looks like there's some stacks of crates. Don't know what's in them, but the construction of the crates is made of wood. Quite old wood, I might add.
Am I capable of targeting an area without said flammable things? A 20-foot fireball radius?
Stop
I want
beating
to
around
ask
the
it questions right now.
Only just. And there's no way to not hit Lyris, but that's probably fine.
It's probably fine because I can do the
Put ribbons on
evocation
it.
thing. The sculpt spells, which allows me to choose a number of creatures equal to 1 plus the spell's level that automatically succeed on their saving throws.
Congratulations,
And
you take half damage.
And take no damage if they would normally take half damage on a successful save.
Evokers are awesome, everybody.
So I'm just be like, fireball!
It's all-
Be like,
So
you're
it's-
gonna be fine, Lyris.
And Lear's like, no.
So
No.
as soon as like this fireball would hit the area, there would be like this like magical pocket that sort of just covers Lyris as it lands in that area, and it's a dexterity save of 15.
15. All right. That is going to be a 3 on the die.
For 26 fire damage.
It needs to make a concentration check.
I'm so curious if it could even talk.
That is not going to be enough. And the invisibility spell that this creature was concentrating on drops, and you can all see it.
Oh, nice.
That's a thing. That will be my turn.
Lyris calls out, don't kill it before it answers my questions.
It looks pretty badly injured by that.
Okay.
Anything else from you, Wade?
Nah. It'd probably move to some sort of cover, if around near
Did you say
or
cover or
around
cupboard?
thing.
Some
Maybe
sort of covered
both. I'm.
medicine.
I'll cover myself with a cupboard.
Hide under a sheet. Got it. All right, and that brings us to Cam.
Lyris is still like holding it.
No, it slipped out of my grip.
Okay, it's right next to you though.
Yes.
I think she's just. This is still a reaction, right?
This is your like proper initiative.
Okay, then she's gonna move up next to Lyris, and she's just going to slap him on the back. You got this, and she's gonna cast guidance for whatever he wants to do next.
Probably would have made more sense for you to grapple it, but okay.
But well, I don't know.
All right.
Thank you.
Which? Anything else from Cam?
Nope. That's it.
All right, and that is going to bring us to its turn, where
Gonna come.
oh, what is it gonna do? It is in a pretty rough spot. It
Turns into an F.
it scurries back and backs itself up into a corner and climbs a little bit of the way up the wall. Just like with its hands and feet behind it, just scurries a few feet up the wall and just takes a defensive position. You do technically get an attack of opportunity.
And I tried to use that to trip it.
Yeah, why not?
All right. What am I rolling with this?
That is going to be an athletics check contested by it.
Okay. Then that is a 20.
That is not going to be a 20. That's pretty good. That's an 18, which is pretty good for it, but it's not enough. Yeah, so it goes to scurry back up against the wall. It moves to start scurrying, and then Cam, you just sweep its legs out from under it as it's moving, slowed.
Yeah, she
Okay.
just kind of like takes her weapon and just like goes like that, and
Seeing it was moving as well, Lyris like went for it once more, and then it, as Cam trips it, he just kind of lands on top of it and tries to grapple it again.
Yeah. I'm gonna say make that athletics with advantage.
oh, did you need help with that, Lyris?
Fine, I've got it. Thank you. That's actually going to be a 22.
All right, and it is prone and slowed, so it's going to be a 7.
Now, nobody cast grease, please.
Or do. And it kind of snarls at you, and it's like it's not making aggressive maneuvers at the moment. It sort of speaks.
Yeah, he
in
kind
a
of like. Sorry,
in a
he just like binds its arms a little bit and puts its weight on it. So.
Yeah, and it fails to save against slow, so you can probably come out of initiative at this point since you have it prone and grappled and slowed and all this. Speaking in this slowed down, raspy voice. What do you want?
What do I want? You followed me. You fucked my head off.
His head is pretty fucked up.
I'm half as dumb as Cam now.
Never seen you before.
There
Really?
others
Make an insight
like
check.
you. Inside
An inside check.
15.
14.
I'm hard to read a creature like this, but you don't. It seems confused and scared.
Where did you come from?
Well, that's a good question. How does it want to answer that? I came from the north seeking magical artifacts.
Why?
Are there others like you?
At least a few.
Do you intend to harm us?
Let me see. Let's try and save against slow again. Nope. I just want to go.
It does just want to go.
It did seem like this one wasn't aggressive towards us. Probably
It was-
didn't need to hit it with a fireball. It was cool though. It was cool. I'll give you that.
Well, I'm just acting off of, the last creature we came across that the footprints resembled.
Yeah,
I'm just looking out for you.
I get it. I didn't know you could sculpt it around me like that. That was really neat.
Well, you know how I'm studying under the necromancy guy. I didn't really feel like the whole necromancy thing was, so I got some
necromancy's
tricks
gross.
up my I got some tricks up my sleeve that don't really follow the whole necromancy thing.
Oh, useful. Tell you that. Anyway, I mean, we're gonna let you go. I don't think you're an actual threat to us, but something that was similar to you attacked me. Was it last night? Was it that recent?
Was that last night? Yeah, that was last night. Yeah.
It was unprovoked too.
It was
And
unprovoked in the woods. It had a darkness spell around it. Does that sound like anything you know?
It's smart to hide.
well, you
This
can
is
let
a
your
good friend
friends
of yours?
know.
Sorry, there's a little bit of crosstalk there. I didn't get either of those.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lyris.
Roll for it. Roll initiative for the conversation.
That's not a friend of yours? Doesn't sound like someone you know?
I don't know anybody who attacked someone in the woods last night.
Do you know someone who would?
Not unprovoked. Unless threatened.
Well, I was gonna say, if they are your friends, I would let them know not to attack people unprovoked, because sort of defeats the purpose of going around trying to hide.
Well, to be fair, they were just watching us.
But it was also like an unnatural darkness, which was
Yeah,
sort
but
of
very
like,
far away from us, though. It was us that approached.
but that's all we did.
If someone walked into your space while you were hiding in your darkness, wouldn't you feel a little threatened?
Lyris, it was at least just over 10 feet, no? Which is, I feel like that's plenty of space. And if you feel like someone's encroaching on your space and you don't want them to, you should say something.
Oh, use your words. Yes, I've been told that many times when I get into people's space.
Does anyone you know who looks like this have very powerful psychic magic?
The DM is buffering.
Yes, George.
What do you mean, psychic magic?
My mind was hit with something. It was very powerful. Knocked me out completely in one hit, and that's not something that happens to me.
And you will let me go if I tell you this?
Yes, we're planning to let you go regardless, but I just need to know what happened to me.
Sometimes if we get a little overzealous when reading a creature's thoughts, strange things can happen.
Really? You think it might have been more of an accidental occurrence?
Well, it's hard to say. It could be an accident, could have been defensive. If you had not had me outnumbered and grappled and slowed and tripped me, I may have tried something similar to get away.
I see.
What purpose are you seeking magical artifacts for?
Do you not seek magical artifacts?
Oh, I do. They're usually
Right.
worth a lot of money.
And they're interesting.
And shiny sometimes.
Yes,
See?
she understands.
I mostly just seek strength.
There are many kinds of strength.
I suppose that's true. Well, this tower's off limits, okay?
You have won the tower, yes. It's a shame I did not arrive earlier.
You wouldn't have been able to power it like we could.
Do you mind if I ask what kind of creature you are? I'm unfamiliar with your kind.
don't know. I just am this.
He's just him, Wade.
He's just a guy.
His name is Himwade.
I don't know if you would count this as a magical artifact, but I do have a tiny wall if you're interested.
A tiny wall.
Yes. And I pull out the miniaturized wall from the 3D area.
Yeah, and its giant eye just like focuses right on it, and pupil just like kind of like a laser.
Sure, he's got laser eyes.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. May I have it?
Sure.
Just throw it off the ship.
Oops.
Do you give the creature the tiny wall?
Yeah, why not?
Lyris releases him, I guess, by the way.
Upward.
Seems fascinated by it. And...
Well, we apologize for attacking you. As I said, we were acting out of the belief that you were the creature that attacked me.
Did not attack. Did not attack.
Well, if you ever want to collaborate on gaining powerful magical items, let us know.
Yes. Yes. Always magical items. Yes.
Yeah, and you
I
pet
like
fellas.
him.
Do you
Go on,
have a
Cal,
way
what
of
do you wanna do for
leaving
home?
this tower without falling to your death? Because we're about to bring it to its owner.
We are flying now, yes?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well,
Yeah, we
I
can.
guess
we
you're
can.
about to meet a storm giant.
That's a low roll. It seems alarmed by this prospect or trepidatious. Its single pupil just gets pretty large.
She's very nice.
Just don't try to steal her magic items.
No. No.
I mean,
Trade?
we could.
Maybe?
She might be willing to trade with you.
You can have this floor for now. We'll maybe head back up and fly the ship.
Sounds good.
Right, to fly the ship, I have to say the magic phrase.
Okay.
I have the tower!
Beautiful.
I at least lead them to believe that's the case.
I
Totally
believe
fair.
you.
I mean, when he does say that, the tower starts moving rather quickly in a direction.
All right. Well, I guess take us in, Wade. You got this.
Even with this flying tower, it will certainly get you back to Alvitende's fortress much quicker than on foot, but it will still take some time as you are some distance away. It would be enough time to have a long rest if that's something
Okay.
you're interested in.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Unless
please.
there's anything that you want to do during that time, we can time skip past that, but don't feel pressured to do that if there's things you want to do.
I think I'm good, but Cam does dig into her bag, and while they're resting, and she is just like, I don't know if you'll like this, but it might answer your question to earlier. And she's going to hand Lyris a little like black novel. It doesn't really have much on the outside, but it is a very spicy story. a friends to lovers sort of story.
Does it have a title?
Not one that I can think of at the moment.
But it will at some point.
Lyris starts flipping into it, and she's like, This is just smut. I thought
He's familiar.
You were giving me a book on like friendships and
Well, it's a very nice tale of what could happen in a friendship between two handsome men such as yourself.
Well, that's very interesting. I don't have a particular romantic interest in Wade.
I mean, it took at least a week in the book.
Allow me to rephrase. I don't have a particular romantic interest in any men.
Oh, I sorry that
I lost my ears again, guys.
They're gone. They fell off.
Right off.
Carry on without me.
Rolled under the bed. Have to go dig them out.
You can assume that Cam and Lyris go back and forth about this for a little bit before they get some rest.
I got him back.
Marvelous. Right. Well, Wade, anything you'd like to do during this time, or?
I don't remember. Did I give my scrolls to? I know. I identified them. One was fly, and the other was magic aura. Did I hand those to somebody?
I don't think so.
Because I know Cam can fly, and I have fly. And Lyris, take here if you want. You can fly one time only. One time only.
Well, it might save my life, so thank you.
And then I forget, what does magic aura do? But no, I don't think I have anything particular that I'd want to do.
All right. Well, we will cut over to Alvitende's fortress high in the mountains. Annath, my guy. It is
Hello.
about 10 o'clock in the morning. You're just getting your day started there. What?
I'll be in for hours.
What is Annath up to?
Well, the past week essentially has been him doing a mix of things about talking to Alvitende about giant history and learning their story. Other than that, he'd be out in just trying to just explore the mountain and just take in the geography, try to learn his being from a very secluded wood at the bottom of a mountain. He's never been to the top. It's a very high, very, very high place for a little man to be. But he's having a good time. But it's a bit chilly for him, so he's had to wrap up nice and warm for it. But he's doing as much geography or studying the geography as he can, as he's trying to understand the story of the highest point the planet can be before reaching the stars. And it being a Circle of the Stars druid, it's very, very intriguing to him and just very humbling, if anything, as he just writes down little things and just tries to mark how clear the stars are from this high up.
Right, and...
But other than that, he'd be helping. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, go ahead.
Other than that, he'd be helping Alvitende moving a bit of furniture around and just whatever she needed help doing around the house.
I mean, it has been unattended for a long time, so
Yeah, it's been dusting. Oh, he could get nooks and crannies.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's probably better than moving furniture. How would Annath help her
Yeah.
move her furniture?
What you mean put it back in? Oh, give me a minute.
Yeah, just like another foot or two, maybe 3, just a little bit.
That's 3 of my feet right there.
3 of her feet. Yeah, so on this morning, one of the highest points around is the roof of the building interior of the courtyard, like the stronghold proper. As you're sitting up there, communing with the mountain, coming to understand it, being closer to stars than you've ever been, a storm starts to appear on the southern horizon, which to you is easy to tell is clearly unnatural, and it's moving very quickly.
Alvitende! So running. Yo, Alvitende, there's a storm. There's a weird thing. It's not running, it's flying here. You know how like clouds like move in the wind? Like, this
Very
is like
well.
this is like a tornado, I think. I've never seen a tornado before.
I will investigate. And she just kind of dissolves
Can you pick me up so I can see you?
into a
Whoa.
cloud of fog.
Which has become one herself.
Yeah. And you've seen her do this before. She can sort of become one with the atmosphere and use that to move about.
Yeah, I mean, it's always on my stars every time I see her do this. It's wild magic to him.
And you can hear in the distance, coming from about the same place where you were sat when you noticed this, some excitement in her voice. They've done it. They have done it.
Who's done it?
Your companions, the other heralds of the storm, return with the with the tower, the Gale's Eye Tower.
Ooh, goodness, I'm ready. You want me to catch you, or like, is like, what can I do to prepare for this? To you?
Well, probably not much. We'll have to wait for them to get here, which should be in a matter of moments. As the storm rolls in over maybe the next 5 minutes, it gets a little bit thicker, but even so, you can see a spire hanging in the air and high up in the air in the middle of it, barreling towards your position. Tal, you're driving.
I go for a dive.
Yeah, man, I'll just.
You know how to parallel park this thing, or?
Yeah, man, I told you it goes up, it goes down, and it goes all around.
Whoa, it's spinning! On the ground. What are you doing?
It's getting thicker and spinning. Wow.
Hey, yo, shit, that
So many regrets.
This wasn't in the book.
It has eggs for me to eat. Sorry.
Yeah. So just probably like, when you're pulling up to a stoplight, you just sort of gradually slow down.
God damn it.
Then it's your line, Kaz.
Sorry, I was perplexed. I was taken aback by all this sin.
Right, and you're able to land the tower. It looks like from above there, if you're viewing out from any of the sides, the crystalline sides of the top floor of this tower, it looks like you're able to see a place where this tower probably originally took off from many hundred years ago. Now,
Hey, yo, the fraction marks, they're lining up.
yeah, there's a guy with 2 glowing sticks kind of waving in like this.
Is that a nap down there?
Back it up. Just a bit now.
All right, looks like it goes over in that spot right there.
Yeah, Alvitende could like just pick it up and like just put it down. Help it.
Probably be a little bit too heavy for even her. It's about what, 120 feet tall, something like that,
I mean, it's
Sure, I'll
designed
get
for
this.
her to be in it, right?
and has 4 stories.
Yeah. Well done. Should
And
we,
yeah, you all can see as you fly by, you can see her standing out on the roof of the castle, waving to you.
Oh wow, we did that with it with some relative ease, I feel like.
I did almost die a couple of times.
Almost.
I did take a dirt nap on the floor during the battle, so there's that too.
Hey, you know what? There's this saying back where I come from: whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Did your people make up that saying?
Yes,
Oh.
Yep. That is a Triton saying, and anyone who claims otherwise is a liar.
Hey, yo, you guys hear this cool saying? Like my mom used to tell me. She made it up. It was really cool.
But
As like,
I think we've gotten a lot stronger on our journey.
It's a Triton true saying.
Ow.
kill him with a hammer.
Well, now you're treating my patience.
I think you're
Wow.
treading wall with this shit, aren't you? Sorry, I tried.
Well, I guess we head down the tower and to join the castle.
Yeah. As you descend the tower and get to the bottom floor, I believe this is the first time you've returned since you initially took flight, and it looks like it did sustain some damage in the process of wrenching itself out of being halfway buried in the dirt and ice. Some of those platforms with the arcane ballistae on it have snapped off that are missing.
She didn't need those.
But the tower is here. It can fly. And she sees inspects the damage as it comes in, and it's like, you have done very well. Cannot properly express my gratitude at this moment. I do not have sufficient resources to reward you all that you deserve for returning this to me. However, I can offer you, with your companion's help, we have been working on clearing out and restoring some of the many rooms in my abode, and we have cleared out enough space for all of you to have your own lodgings here, should you desire it.
To be fair, it wasn't hard looking for the space. I just put like little partitions in between one big room. There's a good area on your pillows.
We came across at least 2 things of interest, probably more. Does the phrase "calamity rules when her flag is unfurled" mean anything to you?
Nah.
You can just kind of see her face just like drop. All the excitement of this tower being returned, so it fades away and is replaced. It's like, where
ruined everyone's day. Wait.
Where did you encounter that phrase?
The Merc is her grip on something.
What was that, Phil?
What?
The Merc is her grip on something, and we are draped in dread.
Damn, this shit's some
It
cryptic
was
stuff
in a
right here.
book.
A
In the tower.
Yes.
On someone whom, well, it was only their skeleton.
Yes, you mentioned that to me
Yes.
in your message. You're able to decipher some of it.
Yes.
Yes. What does this mean to you?
Well, and the book is still in there.
Yes.
I'll need to take a look at that at some point, but how much do you know of history prior to the Great War?
Should I just make a
22's
roll
worth?
for that?
I know 22 things about history before
22
Nine.
things.
19 things.
19 things.
that. I wasted my nat 20 on a history check, guys.
Hey, nat 20, that's something else. We gotta trust a nat 20. So, you would know with that nat 20 some positively ancient lore from your people prior to being displaced from the Illumis Inlet. That there was a as far as you like the story goes, that there was some sort of warlord that was operating out of a fortress on near the edge of the Narrows on the tip of the Amatha Peninsula, and this person who was heading up here raised a massive army and tried to march on Crystal Harbor to conquer it, and was somehow rebuffed, but at great cost of life and structure and very little detail, very few accounts written from while that was going on existed at all, let alone survived. Alvitende was there.
Interesting.
There some being displaced and imprisoned for so many centuries now, as I'm finding, a lot of catching up on events to do. I hope this is just a lost relic of the war, but no doubt that refers to the great warlord whose name I can't find in my lore document. Please give me a moment.
She pulled out a big long scroll.
I was trying to vamp to give myself enough time to scroll, and it wasn't enough.
I believe it was Georgina. But Lyris does explain to her and the rest of the group what he knows of it, claiming that his people keep better records of these kinds of things.
Yes. No doubt that is a reference to Kalxos, the warlord. The Merc was the name that we gave to this pestilence disease that she had created and was able to infect people with and control them.
What were the symptoms of this disease?
It was subtle at first, not much, but eventually after a long enough time of infection and a long enough time under the influence of her, the skin would start to become almost like a liquid and start to almost start to run like a melted candle into this viscous green goop.
Like that stuff that you're carrying around, Annath?
You
Sorry, I was zoned out. Sorry.
You got the goop that she's talking about.
Oh,
Sure,
yes.
sure your group.
As I pull out from one of my pockets my slime.
she kind of takes a couple steps back. That needs to be destroyed. Put it down.
Oh,
Oh,
you know,
I just
Annath
dropped it.
bathed in that.
Yeah, I had a whole barrel full.
You're
Bathtub, if you will.
you are lucky.
Yeah.
So that
And
stuff
she
used
just
to be people.
and she not necessarily it when
Excuse
and
me?
she points her hand up at the sky and just a lightning bolt just comes right
Whoa.
out and just
Whoa,
incinerates.
I was just standing there.
You're fine. It only hit the barrel.
Oh my lord.
She's a good shot.
Oh my stars. Oh
Um,
goodness. that's my entire business right there.
Not
You've just
evil.
destroyed it.
It's for the best. Believe me, if this has any potency remaining.
But what if it's rejuvenating?
Worth looking into.
Does this
I mean, my skin feels quite rejuvenated and moisturized.
could this cause mutations?
Excuse me?
What sort of mutations?
Okay, so I'll just put it out there. We did not know what this substance was when we came across it, and we have come across it, at least 2 or 3 separate times. So we asked someone to research it. When we left, everything seemed fine, but then we got a message that there was like this rapid growth of plants, and the alchemist that researched it, he's like a plant person now. He's like all
Botanist.
wood and sort of larger.
You can also have plant friends now.
Oh, I mean, I can speak plants too.
It's like,
I'd like to note that Annath is. Oh, despite my disposition of being quite just cheerful, Annath is very nervous right now. It's like you've got mutations, and just like this being a problem, he's just watched his entire business go up in ash. All his money reduced to nothing.
a fine
Lewis
powder.
almost puts a hand on him, then thinking about how he had bathed in that stuff, he pulls back and he's just like,
No, it's like, no, please, I need the comfort, man. Come on.
no. But next time you
Here,
find
buddy,
a
come on.
strange gelatinous liquid underground, don't put your body in it.
Well, you see, I can't explain why I did it at the time because, like, it's like I live in the lifestyle of where like you kind of just it's a free spirit. That's the word I'm looking for, free spirit. But in the moment, it
Well,
made sense. Okay, I
By
trust me.
the sounds of it, you nearly freed your spirit from your body entirely.
I was gonna say.
If this
If that's what my spirit needs.
He's fine with it.
indeed he would have not been so fortunate to have his spirit freed from his body under the influence of this substance.
Oh.
Luckily, I'm very lucky. I tap my belly.
If you see any more of this, you must destroy it.
How would
Say
one
less.
go about that?
Fire is good.
Oh, yo, wait.
Lightning, any sort of concentrated energy. It is
I can't
not
do that.
resilient
I can't
to.
do the trait.
It's okay.
Splash it with acid.
Nothing is made of acid. If like it's
Probably less effective, but it would eventually work.
what if I beat it up?
Don't touch it. I think we're very clear about not touching it.
Fucking stick just.
You know, the thing with this group is you can be as clear as you want. Sometimes it's just not going to get through to some of them.
What about light magic?
I have hired
Cam's full of it.
adventurers. I have hired adventurers before. If the light were intense enough, it may work.
Alright, if I get a magnifying glass, Cam. we got this.
So, where did this kelp sauce?
Kelp sauce.
Kelp sucks.
Kelp
Nah, shit,
sucks.
nutritious.
Hashtag kelp sucks.
Excuse me.
Where did this-
That's his house.
CALXOSS.
I'm gonna.
You say
Anyway,
excuse me,
where-
but wasn't Wade's hair described as kelp-like?
Where did they originate from?
Calc sauce is
Yes.
I do not know where Calxos was born, if that's what you're asking, but she concentrated her power in what became known as Fort Os on the very end of the Annath Peninsula.
Oh.
Do you think that she has something to do with the creature that has taken up a home in the Narrows?
I can't remember. Have you told her about that before?
I believe
think-
so.
I thought so.
Yeah.
When she came back, yep.
It's this is I had hoped with the fact that civilization still stands here that we were done with her. I was, as you know, not there for the final battle. Somebody had trapped me inside of that accursed security room for what ended
Probably-
up happening.
Probably something else we should mention. We did come across a curious creature in the tower as well.
Oh, right.
Is it
He
one
might
with,
still
like-
be in there.
Like an eye like this.
Was it
I don't know.
It was looking
Sort of
for magical
scurrying.
items. We
Mm.
assured it that it can't have any of yours.
those things? Well, it's not. They are irksome, thieving pests. Wizards that dove into secrets not meant for them. Corrupted by foul magic. But they can be reasoned with. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. It is my understanding and my divining that there is currently nobody in residence in the ruins of Fort Os. It has been largely destroyed. I do not believe Calxos could live in underwater as some sort of aberration. She was fearsome, certainly, but a person. And perhaps I'm sort of thinking out loud here, some investigation needs to be done, but if people exposed to the murk, you are somehow fine, Annath, that's good. I'm not going to question that too much.
I wouldn't question it.
And this alchemist of yours turned into some sort of plant,
So,
if I'm understanding correctly?
are you familiar with the spell bark skin?
Yes.
Imagine like if that was like your new life, if you were just like you now had bark skin.
Interesting. That is
He was
And
taking root as well.
Also,
Yeah.
box skin and entangle at the same time. Goodness. Oh. Too
I
sweet.
shall
was-
need to speak with this alchemist at some point. However, I think while it was under the influence or creation, we're not entirely certain where the Merc originated, other than Kalxos was able to use it to control people. Whether she originated it or was over some sort of naturally occurring disease that she modified in some way is unknown. But perhaps if it is not under her influence, it is just a particularly nasty disease. I hope you could hear the question mark on that. There's a lot of things that we need answers to, and I was optimistic that 300 years would have had us move beyond that.
Is it possible that Annath has some sort of natural immunity to this substance?
It could be. It's even before the war, there were people who were exposed to it who were not impacted. It seems the more times that you're exposed in the larger quantities, it seems to have more chances to infect you.
I wonder if there's something that someone more versed in medicine would be able to make use of that knowledge.
What about the creature that was at the alchemist shop?
Oh yeah, there was some other plant creature that came of that mess as well.
A large tree-like creature.
Creating
That
puppets
spawned
of the dead.
other... Yes.
Puppets of the Dead. Now that sounds like the mark I'm familiar with.
Puppets
Oh.
on strings. Yes. Yes. Silently soldiers dance till they fall.
Oh, the journal.
The journal.
Right. I thought he was just sudden, like
Eureka!
suddenly I finished my poem.
That's what I thought the journal was at first. I thought it was a poem.
Silently soldiers dance till they fall.
Well, obviously this is a bigger problem than we realized.
That always seems to be the case with things that we're involved with.
So if somebody is attempting to adopt the mantle of Kalxos or further her research, that must be stopped.
Oh. Do you remember
Are
who
you-
was very interested in this substance? I don't think
yes.
it's going to be very good. We should probably get back to the city.
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose. We'll maybe stop at that fort on the river on the way back.
Oh, with the light.
With the lights.
Yes.
So many different things to keep track of. Regarding these thieving pests, these corrupted creatures, is there any way to reverse what has been done to them?
They seem to believe that there is. It's their primary driving force behind collecting magic, even though it was what
So
originally
that's-
doomed them to this form.
That is why they seek magical artifacts.
So they're driven by some innate understanding that there is a way to reverse this, although, as far as I know, that is some cruel trick of irony caused by their condition.
Interesting.
Doomed forever to search for an answer that does not exist. But they
Well-
can be useful. They collect information.
Do you think that they would make a decent companion?
I would not trust them.
Well, they might be useful
Uh-huh.
in sniffing out more of your missing magical items.
That is true.
Oh, maybe they can help you then.
He did mention he was interested in trade.
They always say that.
Well, if you do get any leads, we're happy to
And it's
help you out.
confined to the tower at the moment.
He was in there last time we saw him.
We should. I need to deal with that.
I believe his name is Himwade.
A curious
I don't-
appellation.
Was this like a group of wizards that were all cursed at the same time, or is it just that they're cursed by the same source of magic that they've come across over time?
Generally, creatures like this are not very common, but any of the ones I've encountered had been cursed by investigating similar natures of magic, not necessarily the same magic. There are entities that exist with power beyond our understanding or comprehension, and some of them have cruel senses of humor. And this is a result of that. I wouldn't worry too much about that Nothic in the tower.
Is that what they're called? The Nothic?
Yes, they do not have a name for themselves, but that is what I believe the word for them in the common tongue is.
So, our goal is to head back to the city and perhaps investigate the strange lights. Did you have that journal, Cam? Were you the one? I don't know if...
It was
I
like
think Ryven
mass.
was the one that read it, right?
Yeah, Ryven had it and translated it.
She was the one that read it, but it was pretty big. It was like the size of your
massive.
torso.
Okay. It's probably by the massive skeleton or giant skeleton. You probably can't miss it. We did write notes from what we could read. You'll probably have an easier time understanding it, but I'll pass over.
Thank you.
The notes that we had on it.
Carefully grabs this tiny piece of paper.
Oh, I guess, yeah. I didn't really consider that.
She's able to read it, it seems.
Oh, okay.
Whoever translated this was written in Giant, you say? It's done a good job.
Yes. Yes, our companion here. You haven't met before, right, Ryven? This is Alvitende. Alvitende, this is Ryven.
Hey,
Oh,
don't
this
forget
is
me.
Annath.
Who is it? Hello.
So, Annath, you see this relatively tall, half-elven woman with kind of this like warrior princess haircut, kind of shaved side and braided down the other one. It seems kind of like hi, yeah. Waves at you, very distracted by just in awe, a little bit afraid maybe of equal parts wonder and fear at this giant standing before her. It's like, yes, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm not quite sure what the proper way of addressing you is, so I'm sorry.
Anathemit. You can just call me Anathemit.
Oh,
or Annath.
It's like, nice to meet you, Annath, and shake your hand. I'm Ryven Fowler.
Hi. Yo, Ryven.
I'm sorry, I've never met a giant before. I thought all of your friends were gone from this region.
No. I live down in the forest. Well, like you can move aside now. your role of filling my spot has completed. I'll see you around.
Do not mind him. He's very particular.
Whoa! Whoa! That sounds rather slanderous in your tone, madam. What do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean by that?
Well, I feel like there's a bit like, yeah, you're trying to insinuate.
Gonna shrug at you.
I guess that's how it be. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm particular sometimes. I like my eggs scrambled sometimes. I like my eggs in the basement sometimes as well. It happens.
God damn it.
Love my eggs in the basement.
Is that what it's called nowadays?
You got a basement egg? Pop it here. I'll take care of it. I'll put it away. Good old.
Right back
But
where it
no,
belongs.
Jokes aside, yes, no, I'm Annath. I'm from the Hyliana forest. Ilithai, I think you guys call it.
I think I've seen you in town before. You've set a booth up in front of the Hall of Wilds.
You bought one of my bones?
I don't think so, but I work across the street. I just think I've seen you before.
Oh. What about my products?
Hard
You
to
seen
miss.
product around people? You insinuating there's something weird about my stature? Sorry.
No, I'm saying
I'm
it's,
sorry, I'm a bit defensive right now.
I'm saying that you're a noticeable fellow.
Thank you. You're quite noticeable too, Wade. This is my friend Wade, by the way.
I mean, that is why I went to your stall that one day.
Oh yeah, no. Okay. As I show my show, like you can buy one of these things at my stall. Some bones as well. We sell many things that we've gathered and are willing to trade if you'd like some. I did have some
Clearly
slime, but recently we're on a bit of shortage.
Yeah, no. I think we've determined that the stock is just, it's gone bad, and we need to.
What you mean we're stuck on bad, Wade? What have you done to my bone?
Alvitende just told you about the slime.
What am I supposed to do with all of these? And Cam pulls out a little stack of cards that have skills written on them.
Just throw it in the pile. As I pull up my own business card, just throw it. Fucking out. I was fucking ruined. Oh my gold wasted. How much gold is it?
Well,
Cam
there is
just
money
took-
in hunting bounties.
I feel like Cam just took the money from Annath to go and get these printed, but she just wrote skills you herself.
How much?
Like a glitter pen.
Yeah.
She bought a single pack
reckon-
of playing cards and just wrote Skelgy on the face of each one.
Is this your card? Skelgy.
Oh,
But no.
man.
Sexy, slimy Skelgy. What's happened to you? You'll be missed. But yes,
Well, who knows?
sorry.
There might be
continue.
more.
Well, if we got to destroy it now if there's more Alvitende, you know this. You just told us.
Ooh-wee.
There we go. All right. Seems like we all have some business to attend to. I hate to send you off on something so quickly. I'm sure you're well deserving a rest after that, but knowing what transpired many hundred years ago, I think it would behoove all of us to investigate the reappearance of the substance as quickly as possible. Where did you first encounter it?
I don't. As a player,
Was that on the winery?
It was at the winery.
The Silverleaf Winery.
Silverleaf, yeah.
it was at the Silverleaf Winery.
Right.
Yes, and their
And
cellar.
I've
Oh, they're still in business. Marvelous.
Oh, you know them.
This is quite old, quite fine winery. It was
The
one of the most renowned in the region in its day.
did we tell you about the crystal too?
Crystal. I don't recall any mention of a crystal.
oh, it made hair. It made his hair go quite blonde for just a moment.
Yes, there was this very large, 10-foot, approximately 10-foot tall crystalline formation. I believe didn't allow me to like supercharge sort of like one of my spells.
It
I
did.
think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe you were able to cast it one level higher
Yes.
or something to that effect.
So I will describe that to her. It allowed me to make my, I casted a spell that I was familiar with, but it was more powerful than I am typically capable, or more than I was capable of at the time.
Fascinating. You don't happen to have a sample of that on you as well?
Do I don't remember if I did. I think it was difficult to get that piece off of it.
I believe you did also encounter them or some crystal like them in underneath that shack where you met Lyris for the first time, where the greatest moment in D&D happened, where Annath jumped through the wrong window.
The best moment in all my time playing this game. I
Yeah,
live for that. I live for
that
that
is where
high.
he went Super Saiyan for.
Yeah, yeah.
Good time.
That is also curious. That's just interesting. That doesn't seem necessarily dangerous by itself. There's all manner of magical crystal with magical properties, although 10 foot on a side is quite large.
Also, its proximity to the Merc, as you refer to it, is highly concerning.
Yes.
Now that we know what it's capable of.
And let's see. And did you say that I see you recount the entire story to her that seemed like the skeletons were trying to excavate these stones?
Yes.
Well, that's concerning. I don't know any magic that gives skeletons the ability to, or most undead creatures, any sort of created undead, do not typically have the ability to exercise their own will. So they must have been under some sort of instruction to do this.
Oh, I don't like the
Probably.
sound of that.
That's probably doesn't exactly confirm my suspicions, but it probably goes a long way towards it.
He does have quite a bit of power where we are.
Have we talked about the necromancer guy already? I think we have.
I believe so.
Yeah. It's probably that guy.
Would do well to keep a very close eye on him.
Like the Gale's eye?
Perhaps not that. Rather unsubtle. with the Gale's Eye Tower hovering over your head, you will no doubt notice. But seems we have much business to attend to. I must deal with the interloper first. Please, in so much as the supplies that we have been able to procure in the week you've been gone, help yourself. It is mostly the things that would mostly benefit you, I believe, unfortunately, be travel rations at this point.
I tried some of it.
Say again, Kaz?
I tried some of it for packing.
Folks.
Where's little Joe? Did
Oh,
you
little-
go on vacation with him?
David, would little Joe be with me? Or would we...
Probably
Little
not
Joe is the
on.
rations.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, no.
It's the circle of life.
I wasn't thinking. I was on
We
automatic.
lift up the rations.
No!
Little Joe brand ration.
Is it because he likes them?
They're oat-tastic.
This one's for you, little Joe. Bye, bye, little
But
Joe.
he is probably not up on the roof of this building with you. But
Down in the stables, isn't it?
yeah,
Oh, we have a stable for him here.
Oh
We
yeah,
have a home base.
we got a lot of things. Oh, speaking of, actually, please refer to this as the. Give me a moment. Please refer to this as the Cloudbreaker Bastion. I learned some history.
We have our own base at a very cool place at the top of a mountain. And Annath, did you get like some maybe gold linens for my bed, perhaps? Or will I have to pick some up?
We might need to go down to the shops. Well, I mean, like I can spray paint them gold or something if you like.
Yes,
Procure some spray paint. So we might need to go down to town for that spray paint. There.
Well, it sounds
But
like
no,
we have
this-
some work to do.
What is the spray paint you mentioned?
So what you gotta do is you gotta get a can of paint, okay? And you just gotta just throw it like that, and you spray it everywhere.
don't just take a big sip of it and go.
Exactly, you spray it everywhere. Shit gets it all over the place. It's an absolute mess. I do not recommend that style of paint. I saw a fella down at the city painting like that. This Pollock fella, absolute hack. Sorry, but yes, no. Okay, well, we can. I haven't decorated the place, but I have. Well, actually, no. I lie. I have decorated the place, but it might not be to any of your tastes.
I have.
Apologize.
So just thanks to you, Kaz, I have now imagined a Triton named Jackson Pollock. Like the fish.
Excellent.
Wow.
It's Lyris's cousin.
Wow. It most certainly is not.
You know, man, distant relations.
It's a lower class of Triton that names themselves after the beasts of the sea.
Whoa, oh, that's a bit classist. Like, I mean, there's some halflings that call themselves Lightfoot, like small feet and stuff. No judge. I mean, like, I've noticed in their small feet and stuff, but like it just draws attention, you know. Sorry, I'm rambling. Follow me, I'll take you to your rooms.
So we're walking and talking.
Yeah.
So in the Bastion, there are a number of quarters that are sized appropriately for medium-sized humanoids. As I believe Alvitende mentioned when you first met her, she used to have research assistants and receive visitors and things like that. So there are structures that are appropriately designed for people of your stature. Now, if you would like to, she has more or less given you free reign to pick whatever room you want. If you do want a very large room, certainly be my guest.
It's really awkward because Anna's actually already picked 4 rooms out.
All right, well, then tell them what they get.
What's behind door number 1?
It's a mule.
The first room is a very gothic, drab room, very dark, all curtains drawn, very cramped, small space. All right, Wade, this is your room.
Wait, what?
What? This is your room.
Oh, can you explain the thought process that went behind picking this room for me?
Well, you see, I found some blackberries and I turned them into paint, and so I started painting. And I realized this black really pops nicely on these walls. So then I thought, oh, you know what, this needs curtains. So then after I was making some jerky, I made the pelts into curtains. The bed's really cozy as well.
Okay, so you explained the design process. What was the thought process that went behind selecting this room for me?
Well, I went alphabetically, you see. And Wade is first.
So this was...
It's making a lot of sense to me.
This was the first room that you designed? Is that...
Yeah. And I thought this is perfect for you.
I mean, I guess if he's going by last name, Wade could go first because the value is null, at least in the character card.
It only gets
How about
you don't like it?
I didn't say that. I want to see what the other rooms look like. Let's
Okay.
walk in.
All right.
Oh, so you're
so
gonna
it's
check out our rooms as well. And then
I mean,
come
of
back
course,
to
like
yours.
everyone. Yeah, no, see, exactly. All right, next room. Door number 2. All right. This room is tile flooring. The tiles have been smashed, like someone's taken a hammer to all of them. And then it's just been sprayed with water, and so it's got a very thin, shallow layer of water. Everything is soggy in here. Camriel, this is your room. You will notice there is some rocks that I picked out just for you. They are some of the broken tiles that have been painted.
So hoping you would say this was Cam's room.
I did not see that coming. Oh,
Alphabetically, you see.
you spent time on this.
Actually, can I redact something? In Wade's room, there is a pile of books, or it's just papers that have been kind of just binded together. There's if you flick through them, they are completely irrelevant to each other. But Anna's seen you with books, so he thought you'd like that.
That's kind of sweet. That one's kind of sweet.
In the really dark room. But then in Camriel's room, there's some tiny little shiny rocks just for you, amongst the wet furniture.
Why the wetness, Annath?
Well, you see, there was a dripping from the ceiling, so I had to I had to cover that, and I had a bit of trouble making plasticine for that.
I love the rocks. Annath.
Thank you. I found him as he picks another rock out from the floor. Hands it to you.
Cam, do you not like the water in here?
It might get my clothing wet.
No, darn, the drip's gone.
And then I will cast finally destroy water.
See, this is
Why?
This is why.
You did it! You found a use for that spell.
Yes. Yes,
You
I
did it.
have.
You're welcome.
I cast Wave in there. I'm kidding. We switched that out. I don't have that. It would be funny though. All right, well, let's see the next one, I suppose.
Come on.
Lead the way.
You can do it.
Sorry. he leads you to a fourth room. This one's huge. The biggest room out of all of them. All the others are quite cozy and cramped and small. Not the third, sorry, the third room. This room's huge. Full of dried flowers, pelts of like beasts that have been strewn across the walls, very carefully decorated. And then the pillows plush and plump. There is more pillows in here than any of the other rooms. The other room's got one. This room is full of beanbag pillows and everything. And dried flowers. It's gorgeous. This is my room.
Very nice.
And thank you. I mean, if you guys want to come and hang out my pad, you're more than welcome. I mean, I try to make it as like outdoory as I can to make it like the forest back home. So I thought I'd to represent through the dried flowers, as you can see. And let me take you to your room, Lyris. You ready? Sorry, Rav. I didn't know you were coming, so I didn't have room for you.
Oh,
you can question me.
I don't believe I'll be staying here. I have a house and.
No, I was joking. I was joking. Like I wasn't saying you have to leave. It was a joke.
All right.
I'll whip something up quickly. Sorry.
Oh, I don't.
No.
Don't
It's
yourself out.
No, I would never.
Lyris just leans into it and he's like, Ryvan, just don't engage. Just.
What was that? Sorry, Lyris. You excited for your room too?
I'm very excited to see my room. Yes, that's.
He opens a door. You see a sheet on the floor and 2 daggers on either side and a pillow. This is your room, Lyris.
I mean, it's better than I was expecting.
Well, you see, as he brings you all in and he closes the door, and you see in the corner there's a pile of shattered glass. I thought this would be a nice bit of like nostalgia, and it'd recall our meeting. That's where I jumped through the window, and this is where we became friends. And like it's to make you feel welcome with the group. Like we have a very unique dynamic. I understand. I've had a lot of time to think about it, and well, I feel like you needed to be initiated into the group, and so I thought I'd do this.
Well, it's a very nice diorama. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you. There's a good berry on your
floor. He just opens the door and heads towards a different bedroom.
I was surprised. I was half expecting like we open the door and it just a dead drop.
Why didn't I think about?
Just a hole in the floor.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's a load bearing hole.
Oh my god.
Man, there's your rooms. What do you guys think? You guys like him?
Oh yeah, it's great. He says from down the hall as he's opening a different bedroom door.
You put in a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, yours is it's fixed now. I couldn't get rid of the wall, but like luckily Wade's here. What about you, Wade? What do you think of your room? As we walk back to your room.
Well, I believe that the dark walls should and the curtains should allow for an easier time to fall asleep because it helps block out all the light.
It takes you away from the scene. It's like as if you're sleeping on the side. Like, look, come here, Wade. Look, lie down on the bed. And then you look up and you see these little twinkly stars in the sky.
Oh. Thank you.
You like that? There's a little constellation there. You see that constellation? That's the Wade constellation. I made it myself, just for you.
Cam has already gone into Annath's room and is now laying down to have a little bit of a rest.
But yeah, there's a little constellation that's kind of...
I mean, you did. It took a while to travel, so there was some time after it, probably 4 or 5 hours after your long rest ended that you were traveling, but not a lot happened during that time, being 600 feet in the air.
She's gonna wait until you guys are done with your rooms and just He'll
Yeah.
be hanging out in there with all the pillows.
Jokes aside, for how badly the rooms are decorated to relate to any of you guys, the ceilings are actually like quite nice with like them being like these like twinkles, like painted black with like this shimmering gems or like shiny rocks that have been placed into the ceiling to make a constellation pattern that's almost like a little, very poorly drawn mural of yourself through the stars. But everything else is hideous or very bad. But that's quite in that. I'd like to say that he put a lot. That's where a lot of the time actually went. But yeah, as he goes to his room. Hey, yo, Cam, your room's down the hall. I mean, as I said, you could crash. You're right. Stay. You can stay.
Yeah, you just told me that I could be
Sorry,
in here if
no.
I wanted to.
No, sorry. You're right. I was hoping you'd want to spend a little time in your own, like just to appreciate. Why can I hear myself like 4 times?
Are you watching the stream?
I'm watching it in 2 different ways, but like they're all like the volume for that is much lower.
Yeah, if you've taken a giant-sized room, Annath, and managed to find a giant-sized bed in there, it is probably about 35 feet long.
We could all share, to be fair.
Plenty of real estate.
There is. Yes. That is the rooms done.
Once Lyris has picked a room out of the ones Annath has not touched,
There are several.
yeah, he returns to like outside Annath's door and is just like, should we head back downriver then?
Want us to go down by the river?
Hey, it's a banger. I'm not mad that it's stuck in my head now.
I think
Wait, I don't know what Cam told you, but I don't want you doing anything like that with me down by the river. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
What are you referring to? She was just talking about us being friends.
where are you guys right now?
Outside of the door of the room you were in.
Then I think Cam walks out and she goes, "What does coitus mean?"
Oh my lord. Oh my goodness. Henrielle.
Do you remember what those friends were doing in that book you showed me?
Yes.
That's what that is.
Oh, that's really good. She closes her book. Are we leaving?
I'd like to, yes.
Annath, are you
What?
ready to go?
Let me get one of these pillows. I'm ready. I like how this guy, this druid, is the most materialistic character I've ever played. Just in just little ways. It's all just he got the city. He touched the city for 1 hour, and he's fucking ruined. It ruined his entire fucking outlook on life.
That's exactly what happened to Cam as well.
Beautiful,
They have shiny stuff here?
Yeah.
bro.
All right, and we will pick up that journey down the river after our break. Stay tuned, folks.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around to our break. We got a little bit of time left here, and I believe our party wanted to pursue the main plot. Was that? No.
Never.
All right. So now, having seen your new lodgings at the Bastion, have gathered your things, collected little Joe, what would you like to do?
Head
Sup,
back
Joe,
down
what's
the
up?
mountain.
We'd like to have a montage of us getting
Yeah.
to our destination.
Yep.
It's to Warrior King Poet is what it is. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yes, and the Can everybody make a survival check for me as you're leaving the bastion?
8.
17.
Not 20.
I rolled a 2, so I got a 9.
Hey, that's not bad for a 2.
You have a +7 to survival?
I do.
Wow.
I have a plus
I'm
1 as well.
wisdomous and proficient.
So Annath and Lyris, it's weird. It feels like there are some you can't quite put your finger on it, but on your journey down the mountain until you get a certain distance away from the bastion, it feels like I thought that boulder was further down the mountain. I thought, and then you go past that structure, or you go past that landmark, and you're like, I thought the next landmark was closer. That's weird. But there it is.
I have the Wanderer feat from my Outlander background, which is where like I have an excellent memory for geography.
Then
would that add?
You know that this was closer. This was further away.
I also have this.
Could I apply my role to looking for tracks or something that was caused? As
Yeah,
like I'm gonna, hey, guys.
There are definitively no tracks. Like, this boulder hasn't been moved. It's in the same place it always was. Like, it's still got like that same vine growing up it, or like it just feels like there's more space or less space between. Weird.
I'm gonna circle a rock and I'm gonna touch it.
It's a rock.
I'm gonna touch the ground and just start tapping around the ground around.
Are you okay, Annath?
This is some sort of
something's wrong.
Ritual.
No.
Yeah,
There's
everything's a different distance apart. It feels
Not
weird.
everything,
bingo.
but
Little
things.
Displaced, yeah.
You
Things-
noticed that too. So you guys are both on the same page.
For once.
Look, waving.
Huh.
Joe, what do you think?
Man, I don't know anything about rocks, man. I know they get caught when they're having me pull the plow, and that's kind of a pain.
You wouldn't have seen a big horse that got its foot stuck on this rock, would you?
I think I would have remembered that.
I think so too. I think they do tracks.
Yes.
You can ritually cast detect magic, correct?
That was I was gonna say, can
Give me a
we?
second.
Is it?
I am going to touch myself,
Oh my!
not inappropriately.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
Wait,
you have a dark room that you
Wait.
can do that in.
I guess it's better than him asking me to go down by the river again.
that's a go. Wade will sort of just like place his hand on his shoulder and ritually cast Identify to see if something is affecting him.
You're doing that as a ritual, so you're going to touch yourself for 10 minutes? While we wait?
You know it.
Hey guys, hold on, there's something I really need to do.
Need like 10 minutes.
As is doing that, I'm just trying to assess the surrounding as much as I can.
Yeah.
And if anything, I'll leave a few little like landmarks on my own in Druidic. Or like Druidic runes.
Cam
You
doesn't
do that.
have that prepared right now.
Can you ritually cast it or
Wait, detect magic. Okay, I do have it prepared. Never mind. I can only ritual cast it if I have it prepared as a cleric. But yeah, she will help in this and start ritual casting detect magic.
Yeah. So you cast Identify, you cast Detect Magic, you do some druid stuff. Yeah, it's like there's no magic affecting you, Wade, that you aren't expecting to find. Cam, once you finish that within the cone of vision that it gives you, you see some magic items that your companions have, all of the little insignias that Alvitende gave you ping up a little bit. But looking around at the boulders, the ground, things like that, nothing jumps out. And then, Annath, you are able to leave your little marks where you leave them.
Some sort of natural occurrence, perhaps.
Or supernatural.
Well, whatever level of natural it is. I don't think that there's currently any magical effect happening here.
I have heard that just the presence of very powerful magical creatures can sometimes naturally shape the landscape. Perhaps that's what's going on here.
Alvitende, do you think?
That would be my first guess.
Wow.
Do our little badges of hers that she gave us, do they let us call her? I can't remember if they could.
Not directly, no. They do several things, but that is not one of them.
Gotcha.
And upgrade our badges before we can direct call her.
Yeah, they need to get a new SIM card. It's like they're on 5G now, and like the old network that these 300-year-old badges have, it's just they can't connect to the new network.
Yeah, I think we need to defeat 3 more gym leaders before we can get that upgrade.
Yeah.
I guess we should keep going then. Nothing I can figure out from magic.
She's very impressive if it was her.
Well, just in case it wasn't, let's keep our eyes peeled for anything else that might be powerful enough to shape the landscape.
That sounds like a good idea.
So you continue traveling, and there's a particular landmark you pass on the road, and you're just like, everything as far as you can tell is in the same place relative to each other, but it objectively took you more time to get to this one particular rocky outcropping that you need to walk around on this path, leaving a little bit of a mystery there. But you're able to head down the rest of the mountain without any sort of strange incident, and walk your way into town, and are even able to book passage on another barge heading down the river.
Can we take little Joe on that?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Although I will remind that where you saw these lights coming from, if that's what you intend to investigate next, it was more or less a drop, just like a cliff with a couple of breaks in it. It would not necessarily be something a horse would be able to climb.
Is the barge
Unless
able
you were
to stop and wait for us if we were to pay them to do so?
They might. Yeah, it would be probably. Yeah, they would be open to that.
Okay. Well, then my suggestion is we hire a barge and we pay them a little extra to stop while we resolve whatever that issue is. In their region, they should be open to the idea.
And you do also remember that there was a bounty up for information about these mysterious lights.
Yes.
I was just about to say, this could be like one of those bounties you keep telling me to do.
It is indeed. Yeah.
You'll be a bounty hunter.
I can teach you how to make money doing it.
Maybe Alvitende will really think that you're like some sort of mysterious, dangerous man, and then she'll become more interested in your advances, just like in that book that I read.
I think
No,
it's
it's-
probably wiser for Annath to set his sights on more attainable goals.
No, yeah, no, like I've Alvitende, I understand the situation. It's we're more colleagues when
Oh,
it's not. There is no romance.
Is that what you want?
I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. She expressly. Well, I say expressly. She gave signals, and I wasn't able to read them because I'm not quite world weary. You see, as a man, but I understand body language better now, and I understand.
oh,
It was that moment when
well,
I was climbing on her hand. That was the defining moment.
well, I
Roll
think though.
insight.
Are you inciting me?
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm
like it.
Whoa!
19.
There's nothing to insight of his very face value.
Then
Like
he
he's-
knows that, I guess.
Yep.
There you go. Like this,
Oh,
my
man, I
man
thought
is
you were-
speaking from the shore.
We were shipping you pretty hard there. I thought it
No,
was
no.
a sure thing.
But
Appreciate that
I
one,
think
'cause he was
though,
holding.
Annath deserves someone who would readily reciprocate those.
No,
advances.
exactly. I
Someone-
gotta find a person. Anyone.
Someone
like,
who-
like hits with some energy, you know. No, like
Someone who would
What's
someone
that,
who
wait?
would jump through a window for you.
Exactly. Jump through the window that is my heart, my solid stone heart.
Jump through the window of my heart.
Yeah, like you know how like people say
Lear
your
starts
eye is the
writing
window.
this down. He's like, this could be a song.
Surprise,
Yo, you're
Lyris'
bard?
next level is in Bard, not.
There you go. Oh me. I'll be looking for a bard actually. As I was saying. But yeah, no, it's like exactly Wade. It's like someone who can jump through like some people say my mama Satara, she would say that the eye is the window to the soul. So and then you go through you climb through the window by breaking it, and then you like get into the heart. So there'll be there is someone out there. There are a million stars in the universe, and at least one of those is for me.
So is that like if you're staring at the soles of your shoes and it's getting reflected on your eye? That's that way your eye is the window to the
I
soul?
think you're getting this a bit mismatched. That's all right.
I
Lyris
think-
leans over to Cam. I think Wade has a foot thing.
Oh
I
my
feel
god!
like that's
how loudly do-
perfectly common.
How loud do you say that?
Oh, pretty quiet.
Wade
like,
inside
I'm-
you.
Still check.
Make a perception check countered by
24.
Oh my lord! Come on, Lyra's gone.
Well, 21. So
You hear
Gotta
it.
hit him with guidance.
I have 2 feet.
I-
Thank you very much.
I don't think that's what it means.
I need to go to bed.
That's fair.
But yeah, no. So like, it's think like, all right, Wade. Okay, I'm gonna need you to get on your knees for a moment. Actually, Wade.
Wait, you
No,
wanna
I'm
get
gonna
onto
show
it?
you.
That will
No,
bring
yeah,
you down
you-
to like
you-
eye level.
You eye level. Come on, homie.
Okay, what are we doing here?
All right, he holds you by the shoulders. All right. Now you stare.
they're
You stare
going
right
piss.
here. You stare right here. Hey, yo, you two, shut up.
this is just like your book.
You gotta stay right here. I gotta pick up my mic with my old mic, but you stay into here, and you see how like I can my care and appreciation for you, Wade, is pouring through my eyes. Like I can see your loathing and disdain for my for me is appearing through your eyes. Actually, can I?
Would that be a perception or an investigation?
It
I'm
could
gonna
be
say
an
in- I'd
be
say
an
insight.
insight check.
Can I
Insight
actually
is
insight
looking
Wade?
into his eyes? God.
That's a 12.
Can I insight Wade's feelings on me?
That's a 12.
Just
I
his
didn't-
general feelings. A 12?
Well, it'd be Kaz that needs to make the insight check.
Yeah.
If you're trying to disguise your true feelings about Annath, that would be deception.
No,
I
I'm
got
just trying to
14.
see what he's trying to tell me that I would
I
be
see.
seeing.
I got a 14, so I'm like holding your shoulders, and I got a 14 on my insight. What does that get me for Wade?
Yeah, wait, are you trying to conceal your true feelings about Annath in any sort of way?
No.
How does Wade feel about Annath? The
He's a
general
pretty
vibe
cool
there.
dude.
Is it what, sorry?
Saying there's a chance.
You're a pretty cool dude there, Nath, and he just like literally says it out
See,
loud.
see, you don't need to say that. Though. I could see that in your eyes. I can see how you're saying I'm a pretty cool dude in your eyes. Like it's like the words just pour out of your vision. Like how when I look at you, I see a smart, intelligent, strong of brain person. No, not physical.
I saw what you did there.
Wrong of brain.
You know, the brain is also a muscle, right?
No, exactly. See, and you work that muscle like it's like no man's business. Like look at Camriel, look at Lyra, look at me. Do any of us work our brains the way you work it? You put that shit in overtime. But you see how like I can sense that through your eyes, and you can sense that through my eyes. Could you see my appreciation for you through my eyes? That's the first question.
I saw something.
Exactly. So that's what it is when you're peering into someone's soul. That's how you're doing it. Does that make sense?
How about you try that with Lyris?
Yo, Lyra.
Meanwhile, Cam and Lyra, he's like, so have they ever stopped mid-journey to just stare in each other's eyes before?
Oh, these two?
Yes.
I don't think so. But it does take time to develop those sorts of feelings.
I suppose that makes sense.
Yo, Lyra's my G.
Cool. Hey, you had a whole conversation. Chill.
Sorry. I thought you were done there. I didn't realize you were still going. Let me know when you're done, and I'll come in.
Well, it is interesting to see it kind of sparking like this for the first time. I thought that book was bullshit, personally, but...
Oh, why did you think that? Have you traveled before with people and they never developed feelings or something?
For short periods of time, yes. And all the romantic encounters I had were very fleeting.
Oh, you've had romantic encounters?
Yes, of course. You know.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Have you not?
Well, I mean, she like... Not precisely, no.
Oh.
At least not like that.
Well, there's been a number of times where a big bounty has been claimed, and I'm a bit of a local hero in town, and drinks are flowing at the tavern, and you know, things happen.
You are quite handsome. I could easily see you being in one of these stories. Especially when we were back at Wade's and the whole towel thing.
Yo, I missed that.
Well, thank you. No one's ever complimented my looks before.
I think everyone should be complimented for their efforts and their appearance. It's only right.
I agree. And for the record, you are very sparkly today.
Thank you. I do know that. I still like to hear it, though.
Oh, and that's calling me. Do you need something?
Yeah, come here.
Yeah,
Nah,
very
yeah, you-
tentatively he approaches. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not interested like
No, it's cool. It's cool. No, it's not. What do you mean? you want to be my homie? Come on, I made a room for you and everything.
You did something. I'd like to think that you can understand how I feel about you without the need for that.
I think you're a good-looking dude too.
Incredible.
I love that.
So, about this time, you see, the day has gone on, and it's getting into the evening now. And as you're traveling downriver by barge, you can see off in the distance at the top of this, maybe 150, 200 foot tall cliff with a small waterfall running down it, the ruins of some sort of structure, and the ever so often just the light gently bobbing and then fading out.
Yeah, that's some sparkly business right there.
Oh, that is the thing that we came here for, isn't it?
Yes, it
It
is.
sure be.
I'll see if they can stop the barge now. You're supposed to. I don't really know how these barges run, so.
So, question though, before you do that, did we already talk to them and pay them, or is that what he's about to do? Because I think Cam would come with him if he's about to negotiate that.
I would have thought we would have negotiated before we left.
Okay.
Though I
Yeah.
feel like we jumped ahead because we got into this weird conversation.
I'll call it weird. Call it bonding.
Yeah, you could have. Actually, it's good fortune. Lee Fredstream, the guy you hired for the barge last time, had made his way back up to Sten's Gap and is looking to head back downriver with another load of cargo soon, and is more than happy to take your coin again.
Well, how much would it have cost us to?
It's not that expensive. He was going to be going that way anyway. He said 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 and the horse would probably be, what's that? A gold and 2 silver, inclusive of the parking.
All right. Well, that's pretty reasonable. I can cover that.
I need to step out. Make a call.
Right. Well, we'll be wrapping it up soon anyway.
Mhm.
Please go ahead. That's just fine.
All right. Well, thank you, Leaf. We shouldn't be long, I don't think. I don't know
Hopefully
what we're
not.
expecting to find, but
All right. Well, if there's any strange lights or stuff that come screaming down the mountain for the barge, I am going to pull up the anchor. But I'll be here until you come back, or I hear otherwise.
sounds reasonable. Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, that's appreciated.
Hey, your coin.
Ah, but you didn't. You could have taken us somewhere else and killed us.
I really don't think he could have.
I also don't
No, but,
think
like,
that I
it's-
could have.
No, but it's what I mean is just to have fate and chance works, you know. You'd be an unassuming murderer, and we wouldn't know it.
I mean, I
Well,
guess
we trusted you.
Lyris just puts his hands on Annath's shoulders and turns him towards where they're headed.
I'm learning so much about city life, you see, and so I'm just learn how much
It's best
how
not to
much
discuss
crime
these
is
kinds of
problem.
things with people you don't know that well.
Crime's important to think about, though. Like if you're not wary.
Think about, yes, but to tell someone that they could have chosen to be a criminal and killed you is not a pleasant conversation.
It's one of the deep thoughts.
Save that for when you're perhaps taking Wade to dinner.
Well, then if I was taking Wade to dinner, I'd be taking you guys to dinner as well. So, but you clearly don't want to talk about this kind of thing.
I don't want you talking to strangers about this kind of thing.
I see. So, Laris, my friend. Let's
We
say
are
you were.
walking as he's talking.
Yeah, no, it's
Go on.
I know.
it is a relatively short
There's
walk.
nothing there.
Once you disembark from the barge and make your way to shore on the river, it's a relatively short walk until you come face to face with a sheer cliff. There's a narrow waterfall tumbling down some of the different levels of this cliff, and you can see what seems to be the remains of some sort of tower or fortification at the top, with an ever so occasional blink of like a yellowish, almost like a large firefly, always in your periphery, just slightly to the side of wherever you're looking.
Interesting.
Is there would we be able to time it?
The distance between them.
Yeah.
It's somewhat irregular, but if you're set looking directly at in this area, every 10 to 15 seconds or so, you'll see one that lasts for maybe a similar amount of time before blinking out.
So is it when I move, does it change the length, or is it of time?
Moving doesn't seem to change the length of time. It's just that the most notable thing about it is that when it appears, if your vision locks onto it, that's fine, and then it fades out. But the next one that you see is always just right in the corner when it starts to.
Interesting. Well, I guess we should start climbing.
Thankfully, we have
Good
some
at that.
climbing gear.
Me too.
We could just fly up.
Good.
I
can only
could,
do
but I
that
feel like that-
once.
Yeah, I feel like that's not the best use of our resources.
Annath's already pulled out his climbing gear.
He's got the idea.
Let's do it then.
Yeah. And since you had the wherewithal to invest in climbing gear, it is just a matter of time until you're able to make it to the top.
Very nice.
And there's a few different levels. You climb up maybe 50 feet or so, and then there's a little plateau and more cliff, and you do that 3 or 4 times, and eventually you reach the top and are face to face with a tall wall of a fortification, maybe 15 or 20 feet tall, which has been badly aged by time. It looks like there's a little river coming from further down the mountains that runs right through the center of this structure, which has worn away at the gate that had been built over the river with time, which has eventually collapsed. And inside, even in this relative darkness with the lights going on and off, there appears to be remnants of wooden structures collapsed into the river. In some of the stiller parts, it's quite scenic. There's lily pads, and you can see proper fireflies blinking around here. And then some of these larger sources of light, which as you have approached them, they have you are definitely getting closer to them. There's some physical thing that you are approaching.
Well, perhaps now is a good time for your detect magic.
Oh, that is a very good idea. Cam is gonna, she's gonna just kind of sit down and start ritual casting detect magic.
Excellent.
Neither of you recognize these to be anything familiar?
Make a nature or an arcana check. Anybody that wants to. And tell me what it is.
Nat 20.
13 Arcana.
13 and a
Nat-
nat 20.
I think I made 2 rolls. No, 3
Yeah, you got
rolls.
2 nat 20s at least.
2 out of 3 nat 20s.
Dice are rigged.
There was actually one day where like I was doing a 24-hour session, and I think I rolled at least 5 nat 20s per every 2 hours.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I was my players did not like that.
Go to Vegas.
They don't use the D20 in Vegas.
Okay. Okay, nat 20. What do you find out?
I find... No, sorry, I was...
And this is nature, yeah?
Yeah, this was nature.
For a total of...
It would be 23.
Okay. Yeah. You're not overly familiar with the fauna in this region, even though you have been spending some time up on the mountain with Alvitende. Most of the sort of insect life that you're familiar with lives further to the south in the forests of your homeland. There are some creatures like that produce light like this, some large beetles that can glow like this, like bombardier beetles you may have encountered in the forest at some point. These are definitively not that, and you get the sense that this is partially magical in nature. Kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies a little bit, but also a little bit, it's like something about them that like you want to see where they're going.
Is that anticipation or fear?
No.
If you enjoy that kind of stuff. Guys, what's your? This is magic, clearly. What's your detect magics? What are you detecting? I'm getting a heebie-jeebie from. I'm getting something a bit spooky, something necrotic. I'm just throwing it out there. That's my assumption. Some ghoulish.
Really, you think necrotic?
Yeah. It's just giving me a chill. Just a little heebie-jeebie, if you will.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
we'll be careful.
What did you get on your Arcana, Sal?
Unlucky 13.
I'll say with your previous studies into necromancy and confirmation from some of Annath's observations about the general vibe that he's getting off of them, and with Cam's detect magic revealing an aura of necromancy about it, suspicions are correct. These are most likely will-o'-the-wisp of some variety.
Named Will of the Wisp.
They have
Yo, Will, hold up.
names.
They are referred to as Will of the Wisp.
Oh,
I'm not sure how.
it's so strange that they look so pretty and yet they're associated with necrotic magic. So I shouldn't touch one.
Maybe not.
Would Wade be familiar with a will-o'-wisp?
In an academic sense,
I'd say probably not. You know how I have like a spell where I can just reach out and shock somebody?
Yes.
Imagine if you were to touch one of them and they do something similar to you.
Oh.
Well, how do we deal with them then? Should we Can we fight them conventionally?
I've gone to grab a stick.
Maybe like a very large jar.
Do you happen to have
we-
a large jar?
I might have a jar. Always
We
wish
can
you were the-
certainly try to attack them. How much would we know about these creatures, just so I'm not like metagaming?
Yeah, I think
Here.
he would know that they tend to gather around locations that have some sort of strong emotion attached to them, and that they are very, what's the word? I want to like kind of fickle, I guess, entities. Sometimes they're hostile. Sometimes they lure travelers to their demise. Sometimes they grant small boons and guidance to people. It's difficult to divine what the motivation or intent of any single one is. But you also know that a jar would probably not be the play, as they are incorporeal.
You don't say.
Empty my back.
I mean, you could attack it. Yes, it's not. It's not. It'd be sort of like attacking a ghost.
See.
In a way. They're not.
Well, is there a way to communicate with them?
They are known to be able to speak, but do so rarely.
Yeah, they can talk. But they don't always do it. They don't always speak. And they're fickle, so you can't. Might not be able to trust them. Just best to gauge that based off of, your gut. Go with your gut.
Well, my gut is telling me that we should try to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, it's either try to fight them or we talk to them and risk having to fight them.
Just like the eye guy, right? Should I just wave one down and be like, "Hey, you got time for chat?"